Hi, my name is Dee, and I'm going to show you how to green and for Christmas. One of those things that people find very hard a lot of times. It seems like the most simple thing, but the hard thing is to put all the accessories in. And I actually look at that totally opposite. I think the greening part is the important part, especially for Christmas, because we have so many beautiful evergreens that we use, and they should really be seen. And the greening shouldn't just be all over the place. There's definitely a way to do the greening. So that's why I'm going to show you. I'm going to make a very small one here, and then afterwards I made a bigger one, and we can compare and see that it is actually exactly the same techniques that's used for a small one like this, or like a big long centerpiece for a table. So let's try this out. I have a piece of oasis. There's a little, about an inch, a little less than an inch, a couple of centimeters higher than the pot. That gives us the chance to put things in this way compared to if it's totally flush here, we only can put things in that way. So that's the reason for that. I curve the edge off because nothing in nature is round. It's square, sorry, it's always, it never has an edge like this. So that's why I curve it, and then do it so that there's room for water. Never fill your whole container with oasis, because then there's no room for water. So make it secure in two sides. Like here, I have a little piece in both sides so that it's sturdy, and then leave room so people can water. Because otherwise, if you put flowers in, if there's no room for water, it's just going to look bad on us that we didn't do a good job, right? So I have pine gold tip cedar. This is Oregonia, or like it looks like a boxwood too. And then I have a dianthus, magnolia, a few different things we'll use. And let's do this here together. This is such a good green. It's nice, and um, I just really like using this one here for Christmas arrangements, and it's very strong too. Just gotta trim that a little bit. A little too bushy. Perfect. And then I start with something coming up a little bit. And then I'll kind of take a line through and have it come out on the other side too. And don't make it too straight, because we don't want it to look too perfect. Just like that. And then I will use a little bit of this silver fir. And see how all the greens go in this way, not really so much that way, because we don't want to have sort of a big mountain of green coming up. We just want to have a little bit of green. So then I put it in little groupings. So see, there's a little grouping there, and then there's a little bit of this, and then I have this come through on the other side too. And I always say I work with a knife. Don't do that if you're not used to it. It's just what I'm used to, and it's faster for me to work with a knife. You don't want to lose a finger doing this. There we go, a couple of groupings. Then I have a little pine. Find a nice one here going up. There we go. Take this here off. There we go. Want to keep a little opening in the middle for some pine cones. And then I have the pine come through on the other side. So it goes like this. A line coming through. Oh. And with so many people that have taught how to do the Christmas greening, everybody always says that that is one of the things they have the hardest time with getting right, is the greening part. So I hope you can get inspired here, and we can do this here so it's a little easier for you next time. So grouping of pine, and let's see, what do we want to put in next? I'll put some magnolia in. This is always so beautiful because of the velvet on the back side. And I like to use both sides, like the green end. These are too long to put in full on a stem, so I just cut them off, use the leaf, and I think I'll have a grouping come in right there. And if, let's say, if I find that they're too long, the leaf, I just cut it, the ends up here. Actually, and do this here with a pair of scissors if you feel more comfortable with that. I'll show you another one. Let's see how nice they sit, these leaves here. Get a pair of scissors, and then if we cut it like this. And then you have the stem here too. And if you do this here just for yourself at home, not to worry too much about it, but sometimes if it has to go on delivery, these here you could actually break these here. You know how people handle their arrangements. So you could wire it like this, just around the spine down, and then like this. And then you know that it won't break off, right? 1, 2. I'll have a little bit come out here. Like that. We'll do one more. There we go. And maybe on there, get a little green leaf in too, because they're very cute. Then I will take a couple of these dianthus here. My favorite bottom. It's like moss. So it's just the best thing ever to use in Christmas arrangement, because look how that just fills that up and makes it really, really calming to look in there. And that's what it is that balance always. So I talk a lot about the balance in the design. Obviously, you have something really busy here, but then it's very calm here. And then this is calming, but that's okay because this here is busy. And that's how we want to have it all the way around. You can see right now, like just these greens here, there's not much in here, but it's sort of a arrangement all on its own, just because that the greens are grouped. The greens are seen more, and they're just way more interesting. Like a piece of pine all of a sudden can actually looks really nice. Little yellow stick here. Then I don't like to put too much out. I just want to show you how it looks like in the middle here. I don't want to fill that up with too much greens in there, because that could make it really busy. I could take a little sprig of this here to put in over where that is on that side with this here. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this Orgonia. And I'm going to use it really, really low. So it's there, but you're not seeing it very much. Because if I put it up here, I just want to show you. If I put it up here, it would sort of make it way too busy to have that sitting up here. I want to put just a couple of cones here. So that's why I do this here really low. Let's see, almost covered. And if you have a couple of little holes somewhere, holes meaning where you can see the foam, you could put a little bit of this here, and you could put a little green moss in too, just to cover it up. So that's our base. And then I'll put in some pine cones, some of these cigar cones here. And let's see, this should be they're a little bit too much the same height. They shouldn't really be the same height. So I'll tuck this here in a little bit more. There we go. And put a couple of cones on one side. See how that looks. And I'll wire a couple for you. So you can see how they're done. Just put it in here, sort of halfway in. Take it down like this. And then this way here. This is a thick wire for this cone, but it's easier for you to see. Twist it around. Cut it, and then we have like a perfectly wire that we can very easily put in so it sits exactly where we want it to sit. There, so I put 3 in. Maybe I just let's see. I just want to show you how I thought it can actually be fun to put a cone so it sits halfway down the pot like this. So then you just put the wire in the middle. And then put it in right down here. Oh, whoops. A little harder to do here on the other side where I can't see, but I want you to see how it looks like. There, you see? Yeah, it's kind of cute how it sits halfway down the pot, right? Just a little different thing you can do. Okay, I think we have most of our greens in, and this is really the base. This gives you can see all the greens. And I always find like the greens are so nice. Like I don't like to just put them in as a filler and then we just put a whole bunch of flowers in to cover up a lot of the greens with. I want to put a couple of these berries in. Where do I put them? Here maybe. And then I take some of this green off here so that it's not in the way for those cones. I want to see the cones. I think to me it's all like it's all about these natural things, and then it's about that we take a piece of nature in for Christmas, and the smell of it is just so nice. It's just really nice to have in your house. There. I think this is all we need. This is like as basic and a small little arrangement. But I really hope you would try this here and see how it looks like when you make it, and try to group your greens, have them come in lines I'm going to tip it here so you can see it a little bit inside. It's, let me hold it like this. You see it here. See how the pine comes through and how this here comes through. And the dianthus just adds that balance of where there's a little place that the eye can rest right in here. And it makes it very peaceful. Like I said before, it's like you want to sit in there and just enjoy this little greenery. So have fun with that. I'm just going to get my bigger arrangement out and then we'll try to compare and see how they look like together.